Okay, so in the previous video, we saw that how we can actually generate the Slack tokens for your Slack app. Now, in this video, I'll show you how you can use these tokens to install your Opxia Slackbot and use it in Slack. If you have not generated the Slack tokens, I would recommend to watch the previous video and generate the Slack tokens. And with that, let's get started. So once you have all the three tokens available, it will generate an installation command on the slackbot.opxia.ai website. Just simply copy this command, go to your terminal and paste it. And once you click on enter, it will start installing Opxia Slackbot on your device. Now, it could be any server. Right now, Opxia Slackbot supports Linux, Mac OS, and Windows with WSL. So first of all, if you see, it checks if the Docker is installed or not. In case the Docker is not installed, it will automatically install Docker on your machine. Once all the pre-checks are done, it will pull the latest Opxia Slackbot image and start the container. So now it's done pulling the image and it's now starting the Opxia Slackbot application. So once it starts the Opxia Slackbot application, it will verify the health. Okay, so now our application is healthy and the container is started. You can see that Opxia Slackbot is running. Now I would go back to my Slack and I can just start using my Slackbot. So in Slack, as I showed you, you will see this Opxia bot app right within your Slack apps. Now what you can do is you can call this bot in any of your channels. So I'll create a new channel just for this demo. For example, DevOps group. And in this channel, I'll just simply call Opxia bot. So now my Opxia bot is already in this channel. As soon as you call it, you'll see that it starts a setup wizard, right? So in the setup wizard, you have to do a couple of things. First would be to authenticate, and second is to configure your LLMs. Once you configure both, you should be good to go. So I'll just simply authenticate with Google. Click on authenticate with Google, and this will take me to my Google accounts. I'll click on my Google account here. And once it authenticates, you will see this welcome message. If you come back, you can see that your workspace is authenticated. If I go back to the setup menu, now I see that my workspace is authenticated. The second thing I need to do is to configure the LLM. So I'll click on configure. And now if you over here, you can see a lot of options. So you can have the Gemini only, you can have Grok only, you can have mixed models. My recommendation is it works best with the mixed models because it uses the best of all the different models. But to start with, you can just set up your Gemini API key for free. So in order to get the Gemini API key, you can just go to get your API key link here. It will take you to the AI Studio. For example, I'll create this API key and I'll copy this API key, paste it here and save the configuration. Now, if I go back, my LLM configuration and Google authentications are already done, which are the required fields. Optionally, I can also configure the user authorization and admin users. In user authorization, you can authorize what all users can actually use this Opxia bot and perform operations. Admin users are the list of users who can configure the setup wizard, because this is where you configure your LLM and your authentication. So it's important that you have security around the admin users. Anyway, so I'll move ahead and show you an example. Now, since my setup is completed, I'll simply go here and first of all ask, hey, how can you help me? So it is giving me all the ways it can help me, right? Now what I'll do is I will pick up one example from our website, and if I go to docs here and let me pick up one example of cloud management, copy this and paste here, and let's see if it's able to do it. Now, if you see right now, it cannot create it because you have to set up your client ID, client secrets, and everything. So let me do that. So I'll go to setup and configure my Azure cloud. And here I can set up my client ID, client secrets. So I have added my client ID and client secrets over here. And now I can actually go ahead and start using my Azure agent. So what I'll do is I'll again um, send the same query. So this time it is requesting the Azure agent to process the request. First of all, it checks the official Azure documentation to see the latest API related information, and based on that information, it created a plan for me for my request. So as per my request, it is creating a new resource group called devrg in East US location, and then it is creating a new VM in the same resource group using the image that I told and the size, and also it is generating the SSH keys for that. Now I can also modify my plan as per my need. For example, I can also say, click on modify plan and say, hey, maybe instead of Ubuntu VM, create a Debian VM for me, right? And let's see what it does. And if you see, it kept everything same and just modified my request to now use the Debian image instead of the Ubuntu image. So yeah, that's how you can actually use it. Now, if I approve the plan, it will first of all authenticate with my ID, the client ID and secret that I gave. And then for every command, it will ask for your approval. This is an extra check just so that you are completely in control of what resources are created within your environment. So once you approve it, it will start creating those resources. So yeah, that's how you can actually use Opxia Slackbot. Go ahead and use it. and feel free to share your feedback with me. Thank you.